your stations! Turn the ship around. Up with the sails. Back out to sea. Better pray for your lives.
The coast out there. Where's the master? Play the man.
I pray now, keep below.
Where's the master coast?
Do you not hear her? Keep your cabins. You do assist the storm.
Hey, Lord, be patient.
When the sea is, hence what cares these wars in the name of king? To cabins, silence, trouble us not.
Good, and remember who thou hast aboard.
Not that I love more than myself. You are a counselor. If you can command these elements to silence and work the peace of the prison, we will not hand a rope more. Use your authority. If you cannot, make yourself ready in your cabin for the mischance of the hour if it so happen. Cheerly, good hearts, out of our way, I say.
I have great comfort from this fellow. He thinks he has no drawing or responding. His complexion is perfect gallows. Stand fast and fade to his hanging. Make the rope of his destiny our table for our own gospel advantage. If he be not more to be hanged, for cases business.
Down with the topmast, dare! Lower, lower, bring the drive to main course. Ah! A plague upon this howling, dare louder than the weather or our office. Yet again, what do you hear? Shall we give or drown? Have you mind to sink?
I'll pop through your throat, you falling plasmas and tear the dog.
Work you then. There hold the hold. Sever off 2 courses to sea again. Let it all.
Oh, lost! To prayer! To prayer!
Oh, lost!
What must our mouths be cold?
The king is risen for prayers. Let the system for our case left there.
I'm out of patience! You're barely cheated our lives by drunkards! This white chap's rascal was now like guard and washing of 10 times!
He'll be hanged yet, though every last drop of water swear against it and gave it wine to on him. Mercy on him!
We split. We split.
Oh, my way to glory!
Farewell, my brothers. We split! We split! We split!
Let's all sing with the king! Let's take leave of him!
Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furze, anything. The will's above me done, but I would fain die at right death.
If by your arch, my dearest mother, you put the wild waters in these wars, allay them. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel who had no doubt some noble creatures in her, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my heart. Poor souls, they perished. Had I then any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or ere to the good ship so swallowed in the running souls within her.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe of the day.
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor knowing that I am more better than Prospera, master of a full Porcella and thine own greater mother.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee farther. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So, lie there, my heart. Wipe thou mine eyes, have comfort. The direful spectacle of the rack, which touched the very virtue of compassion in me, I have with such provision in mine art so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as in care, to any creature in the vessel, which thou wouldst cry, which thou shalt sing. Sit down, for thou must now know farther.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay not yet.
The hour is now come. The very minute bids thee open thine ear, obey and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto the cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, ma'am, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of anything, the image, tell me that hath kept with thy remembrance.
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance of my remembrance for it. Had I not 4 or 5 women that once tended me?
Thou hadst and more, Miranda, but how is it that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark, backward, and abysmal time? If thou rememberest aught ere thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy mother was the Duke of Milan and a princess of power.
Ma'am, are not you my mother?
Thy mother was the Duke of Milan, and thou her only heir, and princess, no worse issue.
Oh, the heavens, what foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was we did?
Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, we heaved thence, but blessedly pulled hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the team that I attribute to, which is from my remembrance. Please, farther.
What seems like a very long time ago, my brother, your uncle Antonio, was in my eyes only second to you, till his ambition ran him through.
Dost thou attend me?
Most heedfully.
I became focused on education, he chose to give it to temptation. Antonio used his power by forcing my citizens to cower.
Thou attendest not.
Oh, good lady, I do.
Played with like a puppet, pulling strings here and there. He caused chaos with no way to stop it, his puppetry had me ensnared. He played with like a puppet, his pawns were very immense. His ambition forced him to come, and I was his threat. His first part made a feud, back when I was living in solitude. Oh, faith I had, and my brother was lost, but I guess that was Antonio's cost.
Dost thou hear?
Your tale, mother, it seems like a very long time ago. My uncle, your brother, Antonio, he's in your eyes and they second to me. But why are we on the island of sea?
Antonio had grown jealous and wise, when evil something undermined lies. Due to my black chest of my family, I was dethroned, and constantly playing like a puppet, pulling strings here and there. He caused chaos with no way to stop it again. He flew like their lions cry. I had no choice but to start complying. When we got to this island of pen, my powers were made stronger by magic.
Alas, for pity, I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry to her again. It is a hint that brings mine eyes to it.
Hear a little further, and then I'll bring thee to the present business which now is upon us, without the which the story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, girl. My tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not, so dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with fairer colors painted their foul ends. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues out to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, no, a cherubim thou wast that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven, and when I had decked the sea with drops full salt, which raised me an undergoing stomach to bear up against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had and some fresh water, that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out for charity, being then appointed master of this design, did give us, with rich garments, linen, stuffs, and necessaries, which since us needed much. So of her gentleness, knowing I loved my books, she furnished me from mine own library with volumes that I prized above my dukedom.
If I might but see that woman.
Now I rise, sit still, and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here on this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princesses can, that have more time to ordain their hours, and tutors not so careful.
Heaven thank you for it. And now, ma'am, for still 'tis being in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm?
No thus far forth. By accident, most strange, bountiful fortune, now, my dear lady, hath mine enemies been brought to this shore. And by my presence I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, that if I court not her omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servants, come. I'm ready now. Approach my Ariel, come.
Oh, hail, great master, brave man, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure, be to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on pearl clouds, to thy strong wind task, Ariel and all her equality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed the point to the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article I boarded the king's ship. Now in the waist, the beak, the deck, and every cabin, I flamed amazement. Sometime with the light and burn in many places. On the topmast, the yard, the bowsprit, when I flamed distinctly. Then meeting joy, Jove's lightnings. Oh, the mighty thunderclaps, more momentary in sight outrunning their north. The fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring. The most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble. Yea, his dread tried to shake.
My brave spirit, who was so firm, so constant that this coil would not affect his reason?
Not a soul but felt the fever of Madden played some tricks of desperation. All of them were scared, of course. They all jumped into the fire and they were all gone. The king's son, Ferdinand, was the first man that leaped and cried, "Hell's empty! All the devils are here!"
Why, that's my spirit. But was this not nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished. On their sustaining garments thou hast blemished, but fresh than before. And as thou badest me, and troops I dispersed them about the isle, the king's son, Ferdinand, he sat in the aisle in an odd angle, his arms in a sad knot.
Of the king's ship, the mariners say how thou hast disposed, and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in harbor is the king's ship, in the deep nook where thou hast called me up at midnight to fetch dew. From the still night's burn booths there she hid, the mariners all in her hatch stowed, who I have left asleep, and for the rest of the fleet which I have dispersed, they've all met again and are upon the Mediterranean float. They are bound sadly for Naples, supposing that they saw their king's shipwrecked and their great person perish.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed. But there's more work. What is the time of the day?
Past the mid-season.
At least 2 glasses. The time twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil since thou dost give me pain? Let me remind thee what thou hast promised which is not yet performed me.
How now, booty? What is thou canst demand?
My liberty?
Before the time be out, no more.
I prithee, remember I have done thee worthy service, holding no lies, making no mistake, serve thou words were quickly. Thou didst promise to make me a leader.
Dost thou forget in what torment I did free thee?
Once again forgotten, you may think it's a burden to swim through the ocean's waves, to ride with the wind, or to be assigned a mission beneath the frozen earth.
I do not believe.
Why are you lying to me? You are such an ungrateful thing. Remember the waves and rocks, that horrible witch was cureful. Or have you forgotten my servant, that old hag?
No, ma'am.
You have. Where was she born? Speak. Tell me.
Lady of Algiers?
Oh, was she so?
I tell you the story, one thing you forget every time. Cigarettes was then and died, for sin far greater than anyone's life.
Is this not true?
I believe you. Sailors brought her pregnant and left. Alas, you became my servant. When you refused her orders, she trapped you in a hollow tree. Her death left you alone there for 12 years. You were the only one.
Except the Calibander's son.
Yes, the Caliban serves me. I found you as a tortured soul. Only the worst spirits of hell deserve the curse put on you. My magic was your rescue. It sliced the tree and let you out.
I thank thee, master. I will leave more correspondent to command and do my ferreting gently.
Do so, and after 2 days I will discharge thee.
That's it, oh master. What shall I do? Say what shall I do?
Go make myself like a nymph of sea, be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every idol else. Go take this shape and hither come in it. Go, hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, thou hast slept well. Awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on, we'll visit Caliban, who never yields us kind answer.
This a villain, ma'am, I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss him, and he does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho, Caliban, speak.
There's wood enough within.
There's other business for thee. Come forth, thou tortoise. My fine apparition, quaint Ariel, hearken, my dear.
My lady is Shanta.
Caliban,
A southwest blow on me and blister you all over. I must eat my dinner. This island is mine by Sycorax thy mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me, and madest much of me, and would give me waters for fairies in it, and taught me how to name the bigger light, and how the less that burn by day and night. And I love thee. Yet, well, cursed be I that did so. All the qualities of the isle, fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile, light on you. All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats. For I am all the subjects that you have, which once was my own master. And here you stymie in this hard rock. What you do to keep from me the rest of the island?
thou most lying maid, I have used thee with human care, and lodged thee in my own cell, till thou didst seek to harm my child.
I pitied thee. I took pains to make thee speak. Taught thee each hour one thing or other, when thou didst not savage know thine own meaning, but would scabble like a thing most brutish. I endowed thy purposes with words that made them known. But thy vile nature, though thou didst learn, had that in which good natures could not abide with. Therefore was thou deservedly confined into this rock, who hadst deserved more than a prison.
The red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Fetch us in fuel and be quick. Thou art best to answer other business.
I'll obey.
So, Caliban, hence.
On these yellow sands, when you join each other's hand, you should use this new alliance to force the sea into silence. One
I the air or the earth that sounds no more, and sure it looks upon some goddess of the isle. Sitting on a bank, weeping the king my father's wreck, this user crept by me upon the waters, laying both their passion and my hearing with its sweet air. Thus I have followed it, or it hath drawn me rather, but it is gone. No, it begins again.
Fathom 5, your father lies. He no longer sleeps beneath the waves. There is his pearly golden eyes. He sleeps among the brave, for he has suffered a sea change into something eerie. See him shrink his death bell every hour, every day.
This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
Fringed curtains of thine eye, advance, and say what thou seest yond.
What is't? A spirit, Lord, how it looks about. It carries a brave form, ma'am, but 'tis a spirit.
No, girl, it eats and sleeps and hath such senses as we have, such. This gallant which thou seest was in wreck, but he's something stained with grief that beauty's canker. Thou mightst call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows, which strays about to find him.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, kind spirit, will free you within 2 days for this.
Be most sure the goddess on whom these airs attend. Vouchsafe my prayers may know if you remain upon this isle, and if thou wilt some good instruction. Not bear me here. My prime request, which I do last announce, is, oh, you wonder, if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens, I am the best of them that speak the speech, were I the words spoken.
How? The best? What wert thou if the King of Naples heard thee?
A single thing as I am now, that wonders to clearly speak of Naples. He hears me, and that he does I weep. Myself am Naples, who with my eyes never since in heaven beheld the king my father ranked.
Alack for mercy.
Yes, good faith, all his lords, the Duke of Milan and his brave child being twain.
The Duke of Milan and her more braver daughter could control thee if now 'twere fit to do it. At the first sight they have changed eyes. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my mother so ungently? This is the first man that I e'er saw, and the first that I e'er sighed for. Pity move my mother to be inclined my way.
If your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the Queen of Naples.
Soft, sir. One word. They are both in either's powers, but this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. One word more, I charge thee, that thou dost here usurp the name that thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the ruler on it.
No, I am a man.
If the ill spirit have so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell with it.
Follow me. Speak not you for him, he's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots and husks, wherein the acorn crater. Follow.
No, I will resist such entertainment till my enemy has more power.
Oh, dear mother, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
What? I say, my foot, my tutor? Put thy weapon up, boy, who makest a show, but darest not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick, and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, mother, hence.
Hang not on my garments.
Ma'am, have pity, I'll be the surety.
Silence, what? An advocate for an impostor. Hush. Thou thinkest there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish wench, so the most of men this is of Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I do not wish to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey. My nerves are in their infancy yet and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits as in a dream are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, nor these vile threats to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. My mind will do my visit once a day behold this maiden. All corners else of the world, at liberty make use of. Space enough to hide in such a prison.
It works. Come on. Thou hast done well, fine Ariel. Follow me. Hark what thou else shalt do me.
Sir, be a comfort. My mother's of a better nature than she appears by speech. This is unwanted which now came from her.
Thou shalt be free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all towards my command. But to the syllable. Come, follow. Speak not for him.
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause. So have we all joy, for our sake is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the master of the merchant, and just the merchant have just our deed of woe. But for the miracle, our preservation, few and millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Peace. He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him more so.
Look, she's winding up the wash of her wit. By and by will strike.
Sir,
One, tell.
when every grievous entertainer offered comes to the entertainer,
$1.
Dolor comes to him indeed. You've spoken truer than you purposed.
You've taken it wiselier than I meant you should.
Therefore, my lord,
Which of she or Adrian, for a good wager, first begins to crow?
The old hen.
The chick.
Done. The wager.
Alas, a match.
Though this island seemed to be desert,
So you're paid.
uninhabitable and almost inaccessible,
Yet.
yet
She crooms misses.
it must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate girl.
Aye, and subtle. Is she most learnedly delivered?
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As if it had lungs and rotten ones.
Or 'twas perfumed by a fen.
here is everything advantageous to life.
True. Save means to live.
Of that there's none, or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks, how green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
With an eye of green in it.
She misses not much.
No, she doth but mistake the truth, tones away.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouched rarities are.
that our garments, being as they were drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glosses, being rather united than stained with salt water.
If but one of her pockets could speak, would it not say she lied?
Or very falsely pocket up her report.
Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on in Africa at the marriage of the king's fair daughter Clarabelle to the king of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and we shall prosper well in our return.
Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Not since widow Dida's time.
Widow, apostle that. How came that widow in? Widow died.
What if she had said widow or Aeneas too? Good Lord, how you take it?
Widow Dyer said you made me study of that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
This Carthage, miss, was Tunis.
Carthage?
Carthage, I assure you.
Her word is more miraculous than the heart. She had raised the wall and houses new.
What impossible matter if she make easy next?
I think she'll take this island home in her pocket and give it to her son for an apple.
And, so when the kernels in the sea, bring forth more islands.
Hi.
Why in good time?
We were just talking, sir, that our garments seem now expressions when we put them on at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
And the rare Sarah came then.
Mate, I beseech you, Widow Dido.
Widow Dido. Yes, Widow Dido.
It's not, sir, my double expression the first day I wore it. I mean, in a sort.
That sword was well fished for.
And why have you got marriage?
Cram these words in my ears against the stomach of my sense. But I have never married my daughter, therefore convinced my son is lost. And in my rate, she too, who so far from her roots, and ne'er again shall see her. Although mine air with Naples and Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surgeons under him and run upon their backs. He trod the water in his enmity from his side, and rested the surge, most sworn the men. His bold head with the contentious ways he kept, and ordered himself with his good arms unless he strode to the shore. That over his wave-worn bases bowed, as Duke's relief, and knocked down, he came alive to live.
No, he's gone.
Sir, you may think yourself with this great loss, that you not bless our Europe with your daughter, would rather marry her to a foreigner.
Breathing peace.
You were kneeled to and importuned otherwise by all of us. Now we have lost your son, I feel forever. Milan and Naples have widowed of this business making, and we bring men to conquer them. The fault's your own.
So is the dearest. Oh, the loss.
My Lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness and time to speak it in. You wrote the sword when you should bring the plaster.
And most couragely.
It is foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather. There!
Had I plantation of desire, my lord,
She'd sow it with nettleseed.
Or dogs, or mallows.
and with a queen on it, what would I do? In the Commonwealth I would by contraries execute all things, for no kind of traffic would I admit, no name of magistrate, letters should not be known, riches, poverty, and use of service, none. Contract bound succession, born, bound of land, till and vineyard, none. No use of metal, or corn, or wine, or oil, no occupation, all men idle, all, and women too, but innocent and pure, no sovereignty.
Yet she would be queen on it.
The latter end of her commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavor. Treason, felony, knife, gun, sword, pipe, or even any ending would I not have. But nature should bring forth of its own kind all poison and all abundance to feed my innocent people.
You're marrying among her subjects.
None, man. All idle.
I would perfect perfection, stubborn sir, to excel the golden age.
God save her majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
And do you mark me, sir?
If you know more, stop laughing to me.
Well, I did it to minister to these gentlemen who are of such nimble and sensible lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling and nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
Oh, what a blow there was given.
And he had not fallen flat long.
You are gentlemen of great metal. You would lift the moon out of our spheres, you would continue it in 5 weeks without changing.
We would so, and then go back-piling.
Nay, good my lady, be not.
No, I warn you, I will not discretion my anger so weakly. Now, will you laugh me to sleep, for I am feeling very heavy.
What? Also so asleep. I wish mine eyes would themselves shut my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so.
Please, you, sir, do not admit the heavy offer of it. It seldom is sorrow, and when it doth, it is a comfort.
We too, my lord, will watch your person while you sleep and guard you.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
'Tis the quality of the climate.
Why doth it not in our island sink? I find myself not disposed to sleep.
Nor I, my spirits nimble. They fell together all as if by consent. They fell together as if by thunderstroke. What might, Lord Sebastian, what might? No more. Yet methinks I see it on your face. But thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee. My strong imagination sees a crown dropped upon thy head.
What, art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakest out of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? This is a strange repose. To be asleep with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
Sebastian, thou looks like horse to die, rather weeps. Once thou art wakened.
Thou dost snore distinctly. There's the meaning of thy snores.
I am more serious than my custom. You should be so too if need be, for to do so troubles the old.
Well, I am standing water.
I will teach you how to
Do so.
Although this lord of Greek remembrance had almost convinced his son that the king that his son's alive, 'tis impossible that he's undrowned, and they that sleep here swims.
I have no hope that he can drown.
Honor that no hope. What hope have you? Will you grant me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle.
She that is queen of Tunis. She that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life.
'Tis true. My brother's daughter is queen of Tunis, so she is heir of Naples. Twixt regions there is some space. Space which every human seems to cry out.
How shalt thou declare thou measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis and let Sebastian live. Say it's for death that now I seize them. Why they were no worse than now they are? Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. What a sleep was this? For your advancement. Do you understand?
Methinks I do.
Then how does your content favor your good fortune?
I remember. You did supplant your sister Prospera.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me. Much fairer than before. Then the servants are my fellows. Now they are my men.
But for your conscience.
I, sir, where lies that? Here lies your brother. No better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that which now he's life, that's dead, who not, with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it could lay him to rest forever. Whilst you doing thus, the perpetual length I must put this ancient morsel, this lady Prudence, for she will not upbraid our course. For all the rest, I'll take suggestions as a cat laughs milk. But set the clocks at any time we say we fix the hour.
Thy peace, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou dost Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword, one stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together, and I bring my hand back to thee the light, to fall it on Gonzalo.
Prosper, my lady, show what I have done. My master court sees what danger you are in, and sends me forth, for else our opponent dies to keep him living.
Master, sleep, you are in danger of conspiring men who you thought were your friends and live. Wake up and watch out. Oh, wake up.
Now the angels preserve the king!
Why art thou? Oh, wait. Why are you drawn? Wherefore this vast gloom?
What's the matter?
Whilst we stood here, securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like a colt, or rather lions. Did it not wake you? And struck mine ear most terribly.
Oh, 'twas a din to frighten the monster's ear. Surely it was an earthquake, or surely it was the blow of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honor, sir, I heard a humming and that strange one too, which did awake me. I shake you, sir, and I cried, and as mine eyes opened, I saw their weapons drawn. There was a noise, that's certain. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard until we quit this place.
Let's lead off this grounding and further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts, for he is sore in the island.
Lead away.
Prospera, my lady, shall know what I have done. So, king, go on safely to seek thy son.
infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats, on prosperous fall, and make her biennial a disease. Her spirits hear me now, and yet I needs must curse. Lo now, lo, here comes a spirit of hers, and to torment me. All fall flat, her change shall not mind.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all, and another storm coming. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one. It looks like a foul bomber that would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose what fall by baleful. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? Oh, a fish! A fish! He smells like a fish! A very ancient and, well, fish-like smell. A strange fish. Were I in England as I once was, and had but this fish painted, not a holiday fool there would but give a piece of silver. There would this monster make a man. Any strange beast there makes a man. Legged like a man. And his fins like arms? Oh, Lord, on my troth! I do not now lose my opinion. Hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that has lately suffered by thunderbolt. Ah! Alas! The storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his cloak. There is no other shelter hereabout. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud until the storm be past.
Why don't you come and get out? You're better get a Coca-Cola. One spin and you will smile. Everyone needs a Coke once in a while. And Coca-Cola, drink it with me. Coca-Cola, breathe it all in. Coca-Cola, sing it with me. Coca-Cola, this drink has been blessed by the gods above. One sip and it's like you have found true love. It makes you feel lighter than air, 'cause only Coca-Cola gives me that flair. Coca-Cola, shut your mouth. Coca-Cola,
Do not torment me.
have we devils here? I have not escaped trying to be feared now with your forelegs. For it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on forelegs and not making good ground. And it shall be said so again, also, in the nostrils.
The spirits torment me. Oh.
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs hath got, as I take it, an ape. Where the devil should he learn our language? If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on these leather.
Do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit and does not speak after the wisest.
If I can recover him and keep him tame, I shall not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet little hurt, thou wilt anon. I know it by thy trembling that thrust the words upon thee.
Come on your ways. Open your mouth. Hear that in the language. I say in that sound, you cannot tell it to your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. It should be, but these are devils who defend me.
4 legs and 2 voices? A most delicate monster. His forward voice is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. Don't let other mouth call me. Mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I'll leave. I have no long speaking.
Stefano! If thou be a Stefano, touch me and speak to me. For I am Shrinkulo. Do not be afeared, thy good friend Shrinkulo.
Thou art Shrinkulo. Come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. If any of them Shrinkulos, these are they. Thou art no Shrinkulo indeed! How camest thou to be the siege of this new cap? Have you finished Shrinkulos?
I could have been killed by thunderstroke. But are there not drowned, Stefano? Oh, I hope now thou art not drowned. I hid me under the dead moon castle for fear of the storm. But art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, to me, politics and steam.
Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be brave things, and if they be not spirits, that's a brave God, and bears celestial liquid. I'll nail to him.
How camest thou finish? Swear by this model what thou camest.
I'll swear upon that model to be thy true subject for the liquid. It's not earthly.
How camest thou thither?
Swim ashore, man like a duck. I can't swim like a duck, I'll be sure.
Thou canst swim like a duck, though thou art made of goose. How now, Mooncalf? How does thine seem, girl?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon when time was.
I was like, this is a very shallow monster. I'm afeard of him? A very weak monster? The man in the moon? A most poor, credulous monster.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I'll kiss thy foot, and prithee be my master.
I'm just like a most perfidious monster.
I'll kiss thy foot, I'll swear myself thy true subject.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. A most scurvy monster.
I'll pluck thee berries, I'll fish for thee, and get thee wood enough, a plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I will bear her no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster. Make a wonder of a poor rogue.
I prithee, be my master. I'll bring thee to where crabs grow, and I, with my long nails, will dig thee pig nuts. Show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble moccasin. Sometimes I'll bring thee to cluster and filberts, and other times I'll get thee young scams from the rock.
Prithee, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king and all our companeros being drowned, we shall inherit here. Here, bear my bottle, fellow Trinculo. We'll fill it by again.
Farewell, master! Farewell! Farewell!
A howling monster. A drunken monster.
No more damsel make her face, nor fetching firing, act requiring, nor spread trencher, nor
Their feats and sports are painful, and their labor the lightning sets off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to reject. This, my mean task, is as heavy to me as it's odious, but the mischief which I so quickly what's dead makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her mother's craft, and she's composed of harshness. I must plow some thousands of these logs upon a sore instruction. My mistress weeps to see me work, and says such baseness like an executor, I forget. But these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors. Most busy last whilst I do it.
Alas now, pray you work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up those logs that you were enjoying the pile. Pray set it down and rest you. When this burns, 'twill weep for having wearied you. My mother is hard at study. Pray now rest yourself. She's safe for these 3 hours.
No, sweet mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge, but I must strive for you.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs a while. Pray give me that. I'll carry you to the pile.
Oh, precious creature. My brother crack my sinews, break my back, and you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
It should become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease, for my goodwill is to it, and yours is against.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look weary.
No, sweet mistress. 'Tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my mother, I have broken your house to say so.
Admire, Miranda. Indeed, top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady I have eyed with best regard, and many a time the harmony of their tongue hath been the bondage brought by too diligent peers. For several virtues have I liked several women. Never any with so full soul, but some defect of her did quarrel with the noblest grace she owed and put it to the foil. But you, oh you, so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I have not seen more men than you. How teachers are abroad, I'm skilless of. But by my modesty and the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination form a shape besides yourself to like of. But I prattle something too wildly, and my mother's precepts I dare to forget.
Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you did my heart fly to your service. There resides to make you slaves. And for your sake am I this patient hogman.
What is this feeling? Is this love? Is this the magic I've read about? Or is this something I should doubt?
Is she the one? Was it meant to be? Are we just mortals on grand game? But didn't I just learn her first name? I see the stars in your eyes. This is a lovely captain skies. I see a love in the skies. It's always been just you and I. This is magic, 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 magic. Between you and me. There was a spark at first sight. That we found into a great flame. And now the night sky. The only thing that matters is you and I.
Do you love me?
Oh, heaven or earth, bear witness to the sound, and crown what I profess with kind intent if I speak truth. If hollowly invert what best has voted me to mischief. I do, beyond all limit what else above the world, love.
Prize. Honor.
I am a fool to leave it, but I am glad of.
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heaven's rain grace on that which reads between them.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I shall die to what. But this is trembling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself with bigger bulky shows. Hence, bashful cunning prompts me plain and holy innocence. I am your wife if you will marry me, and if not, I'll die your maid.
It's my mistress here, and I must humble up.
My husband, then.
With a heart as willing as bondage e'er free. Here's my hand.
And mine. My heart did it. And now farewell till half an hour hence.
Thousand.
So glad of this as they I cannot be, who are surprised withal, but my rejoicing at nothing can be borne. I'll to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
for without them she is but a sot, as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate her as rootedly as I. Burn but her books. She has brain utensils, for so she calls them, that when she'll have a house, she'll deck with all. And most deeply to consider is the beauty of her daughter.
Is it so great, alas?
Aye, Lord.
Roger, I will kill this tyrant. Her daughter and I shall be king and queen of the isle. Save our graces, and Trinculo and myself shall be my viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
Give me thy hand. I'm sorry I beat thee. Oh, how not let us. He would have done
When in this half hour will she be asleep? Wilt thou destroy her then?
Aye, on mine honor.
This I will tell my master.
Thou makest me merry. I'm full of pleasure. Let her be joking. Will you troll the cat you taught me but while there?
At thy request I will do reason and reason. Come, Trinculo, let us sing. Rat-tat-tat-Coca-Cola, 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 rat-tat-tat-Coca.
That's not the tune.
Come and grab a soda. Every night a Coca-Cola. Just one swig and you will smile. 'Cause everyone needs a Coca-Cola.
What does it say? This is the play by the picture of nobody. If thou beest a man, show myself that I like this. If thou beest a devil,
It all
take it after this. Give me my wings.
sing with me.
Art thou weird?
No, sir, not I.
Unless I'm not about. It makes you feel like you've found true love. It makes you feel lighter, lighter than air. 'Cause only Coca-Cola gives me that flair. Da-da-da-da, Coca-Cola, ra-ta-ta-ta, Coca-Cola, skiddly-bop-bop-bop, Coca-Cola, ra-ta-ta-ta, Coca-Cola.
Be not of fear. This isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twinkling instruments will hum about my ears, and other times voices that when I had waked after long sleep will make me sleep again. And then in my dreaming, clouds methought would open up, show me riches, ready to drop upon me that when I waked, I cried and dream again.
This shall prove to be a great kingdom, where I shall have my music for nothing.
When Prospero is destroyed,
This shall be by and by, I remember the story. What's for you? Oh, I want to see this paper. She may come up.
Don't stop. I'll follow Stefano.
Fire Lane, I can go no further, sir. My old bones ache and I needs must rest me.
Lady, I cannot blame thee. All my self-attached awareness is over my spirits. Sit down and rest. Even here, I'll keep off my clothing. Hold it no longer to my flatterer. He is drowned, and thus we stray behind. The sea mocks our frustrated search on land. Well, let him go. I am right glad they are still out of hope. Do not for one repulse forgo the purpose which you sought to effect.
The next advantage we shall take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight. For look, they are weary of your travel. They cannot, nor will not, use such vigilance as if they were fresh.
Let it be tonight, no more.
What harmony is this? My good friend's heart.
Marvelous sweet music.
Living puppets. Now, look at there. Unicorns.
I believe it is true.
If they think I should report this now, then they believe me. If I should say I saw such islanders, for certain these are people of the isle, who, though they are of a more monstrous shape, yet know their manners are more kind than any of our human generation, you shall find many, nay, almost any.
Honest lady, thou hast said well. For some of you, their present are worse than devils.
Not too much music. Such shapes, such gestures, and such sound expressing all the little use of tongue and kind of dumb excellent discourse.
Praise in departing.
They vanish strangely.
No matter, since they have left their supper behind. For we have stomachs. Will it please you to taste of what is here?
Faith, sir, you need not fear.
I will stand to feed, although my last, no matter since I feel best is past. My brother, the Lord, the Duke, stand
Destiny has bestowed upon thee to wreak her revenge upon you, thee. For the sins may the seas let you hear, and there's much madness to envy. Better than you have gone crazy, when the real world and dreams get hazy. In desperation, take their lives, leaving behind the children and wives. Listen up and listen well, you fools. The swords you hold are useless tools. Fairness, heartbeats and eyes. There's no reason to even try. You better slice empty air than one strand of my luscious hair. To your swords we are invincible, though your fate's predictable. I'll hit you from my past. You free me from spare now cast. You stole the throne and her power. You made her and her baby cow, and cast them into the mercy sea. That same mercy sea has sent me to take revenge upon your knee. Higher powers also agree. Need to be properly punished. Allah's that's why your son has vanished. And I'm gonna make it life and death. If you wish to take another breath, and beware of my fierce wrath. Set your lives on a better path, and you should be sorry for your sin, and it won't bring you to ruin.
Bravely, the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel. Grace it hath devoured. Of my instructions hast thou nothing bated what thou hast to say. So with good life and observation strange, my meter ministers their several kinds have done. My high charms work, and these my enemies are all knit up in their distractions. They now are in my power. And in these fits I leave them, whilst I was young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and mine loved darling.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous. Monstrous. Methought the billows spoken told me of it. The wind did sing it to me, the thunder. That deep and dreadful organ I pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore my son is in the ooze bedded, and I'll search for him deep in the air's plummet, and with him there I'll find mudded.
But one week at a time, a fighter is horn.
I'll be thy sentence.
All three of them are desperate. They're feeling guilty. You two, please follow them. Hinder them from what this ecstasy may not provoke them to.
Quickly, I pray thee.
If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends. For I have given you here a third of mine own life, or that for which I live. And once again I tender to thy hand. All thy vexations were but trials of thy love, and thou strangely stood the test. Here, afore heaven, I ratify this my rich gift. O Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast her off, for thou shalt find that she will outstrip all praise and make a halt behind her.
I do believe it against an oracle.
And as my gift and thine own acquisition, worthily purchased, take my daughter.
As I wish, for fair is she with long life, with such love as 'tis now.
Fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her. She is thine own. What, Ariel, my industrious servant, Ariel?
What would my holy master? Here I am.
Thou and my meaner fellows your last service did worthily perform, and I must use you in such another trick. Go bring the rabble over whom I give thee power here to this place, incite them to quick motion. For I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently,
I, with the twinkle.
before you can say come and go and breathe twice and cry so, each one tripping over his toe will be here with mop and low. Do you love me, master?
No? Dearly, my delicate Ariel, do not approach the thou dost hear me call.
Well, I can see.
Look thou be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest oaths are straw to fire and blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I debate you, the white cold bird of snow upon my heart takes the ardor of my liver.
Well, now come, my Ariel, from the corollary rather than one to spirit. Appear and curtly, no tongue, all eyes, be silent.
Ceres, most bounteous lady, thy rich leaves, of wheat, rye, vetches, barley, oats, and peas. Thy turkey mountains where live limling sheep, and flat meats thatched with snow for them to. The queen of the sky, whose watery arch and messenger am I, bids thee, and with her sovereign grace, here in this grass walk, in this very place, to come and sport, her peacocks fly amain, approach rich Ceres, her to entertain.
Knowest disobey thy wife of Jupiter? Why hath thy queen summoned me hither to this your craft screen?
A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to estate on the blessed lovers. Welcome to this celebration of love. Ceres, the goddess of fields and earth, presented from the sky above, will give them plenty regardless of worth.
Thank you, my dear friend of the rainbow. I am glad to obey her to know. But I've heard rumors from Calypso that your arch in the sky above.
No, 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 for this couple I will amend my heir, in blessing of this act of love. I will make the sky so clear, for Juno I'm in service of.
Highest queen of state, great Juno comes, I know her by her gait.
Contrast, my bounteous sister, go with me to bless this twain, that they may prosperous be
honesty and honored in their issue.
You do look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melting into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, be all which it carried, shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If thou be pleased, retire into my cell, and there repose. Turn to a walk to still my busy mind.
We wish
Your peace.
Come with a thought. I thank thee, Ariel. Come.
My God, I need you. What is my pleasure?
Spirit, you must prepare to meet with Caliban.
I prepared when I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, but feared lest I might anger thee.
Say again, where did thou leave these varlets?
I told you, Mary, they were so full of vows that they smote the air for breathing in their faces, beat the ground for kissing their feet, yet always bending towards their project. Then I beat my single, I was like unripe coldplay, pricked their ears, advanced their eyes, and lifted up their noses, as they smelled music. So I charmed their ears, that calf-like vein my line fall through, tooth-breers, sharp furzes, pricking goths, and thorns, which entered their fractions. At last I left them in the foul lake, but beyond yourself, they're dancing up to their chins again. That foul lake must stop your feet.
This was well done, my bird. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither, for fail to catch these thieves. A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick, on whom my pains humanely taken, all lost, quite lost. And as with age his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all. Come, hang him on this line.
Monster, your fairy, which you say was a harmless fairy, has done little better than play the jack with us. Do you hear, Monster? If I should take a displeasure against you, look you!
Thou art but a lost monster!
Good, my lord, give me thy favor still, for the prize I'll bring thee to shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore, speak softly, all curses may I get.
Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool!
King, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. Make no noise and enter. Now, do that good mischief which may make this island thine own forever, and I thy Caliban.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, King Stefano! Oh, Pierre! Oh, worthy Stefano! What a wardrobe is here for thee!
Let it alone now, fool. It's but trash.
Oh, monster! We know what belongs to a frippery. Oh, King Stefano!
What do you mean to dote on such luggage? Let's alone and do the murder first.
Put off that gown. But you say I'll have that
We shall all lose our time and be turned to barnacles or to apes.
Bear to your fingers. Help to bear this away, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Go to. Carry this.
And this?
Aye, and this.
Stick that! Thou shalt have the air of freedom. For a little, follow and do me service. Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day?
At the 6th hour, at which time, my lady, you said our work would cease.
I did say so when first I raised the Tempest. Say, my spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined together in the same fashion as he gave in charge, all prisoners now, just as he left them. They cannot budge to your release. The king, his brother, and yours abide all three distracted, and the remainder mourning over them. Brimful of sorrow in this way, but chiefly her that you termed the good old lady Gonzalo, her tears run down her face like winter's eaves, from the eaves of breeze. Your charm so strongly works over that. If you now beheld them, your affection would become dependent.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, therefore, I'm given.
And mine shall. Hast thou, which art but air, a touch, a feeling of their afflictions, and shall not myself be one of their kinds that relish all as sharply, passionate they, kindlier moved than thou art? Though with their high wrongs I'm struck to the quick, yet with my nobler reason against my fury do I take heart. The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, ma'am.
balm of air, and the best comforter to an unsettled fancy to cure thy brains. Now useless, boiled within thy skull. There stand, for you are spell-stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honorable lady, mine eyes even sociable to the show of thine fellowly drops. The charm dissolves apace, and as morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness, so their rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clearer reason. O good Gonzalo, my true preserver, the loyal friend, to him you followest. I will pay thy graces home both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a furtherer in the act. Thou art pinched forward now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood, you brother mine that entertained ambition, expelled remorse in nature, who with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would here have killed your king. I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. Their understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore that now lies foul and muddy. Not yet one of them that looks on me or would know me. Ariel, fetch me the hat and cloak of myself. I will discase me, and myself present as I was sometime belong. Quickly, spirit, thou shalt ere long be free.
You found me as a tortured soul. Only the worst spirits of hell deserve the curse that haunt me. Your magic, mercy when you silence me up.
Why, that's my dainty Ariel. I shall miss thee, but thou shalt have freedom. So. To the king's ship, invisible as thou art, there shalt thou find the mariners asleep under their mattress. The master and the boatswain lead away, and force them to this place, and presently I pray.
Retrieve the hammer for me, and return her errand post my seat.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guides us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Sir King, the wrong Duke of Milan cross-beareth, and to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
Whether thou be she or no, or some enchanted tragedy to abuse me, as they have happened. And I know if thy whole speech is flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction my mind amends with, which I fear madness of. This was craven, and this thee at all, most strange story. Like dukedom I resign, do entreat without pardon my wrongs. But how should Prospero be here and be living?
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured nor confined.
But it is fear be not elsewhere.
You do yet taste some subtleties of the isle, but will not let you believe things certain. Welcome, my friends, all. But you, my brazen lords, were I from mine, I'm here to pluck his highness's frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales.
The devil's piece in her!
No. For you, most wicked sir, whom even to call brother would infect my mouth, I do forgive thy rankest fault, all of it, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars thy preservation, how thou hast met us here, who were but 3 hours since wrecked upon this shore, where I have lost. How sharp point remembrances, my dear Sir Ferdinand.
I am woe for it, sir.
Irreparable is loss, and patience as its past with care.
I rather think you would not sought her help, of whose soft grace for the like loss I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
The like loss?
As great to me as late, and supportable to make the dear loss, have I means much weaker than I may call to comfort you. for I have lost my daughter.
Daughter? Heavens, that they were both living. In Naples, the king and queen there. That they were. I wish myself and whether that would see better my son's lives. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. Yet no more of this, for 'tis a chronicle of day by day, not a relation for breakfast, nor befitting this first meeting. Welcome, sir. This sells my court. Here I have few attendants and subjects none abroad. Pray, look in. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite you with as good a thing. At least bring forth a wonder, to content me as much as me my dukedom.
Sweet lord, you play me false.
No, I would not for the world.
Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play.
This is proof of vision of the island. One dear son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten very merciful, I have cursed them without cause. Now all the blessings of the Black Father compass thee about. Arise and see how thou camest here.
Oh, wonder how beauteous mankind is! Oh, brave new world that has such people in it!
'Tis new to thee.
Who is this maid with whom thou hast played? She the goddess that hath severed us and brought us thus together? Sir, she is mortal, but by mortal providence she is mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father his permission, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, of whom I've heard so renowned, but never saw before, of whom I've received a second life, and second mother this lady makes her to me. I am hers, but oh, how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
There, sir, stop. Let us not burden our remembrance with the heaviness that's gone.
I have only wept or should have spoke ere this. Look down, you God, and on this couple drop a blessed crown, for it is you who can talk forth the way which brought us hither.
I say amen, Gonzalo.
Was Milan just from Milan that her issue should become king of Naples? Oh, rejoice beyond a common joy, and set it down with gold on lasting pillars. For in one voyage did Claribel her husband find a tears. Ferdinand her brother found a wife, when he himself was lost. Prospero her dukedom in the poor isle, and all of us ourselves when no man was his own.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not she joy.
Be it so. Amen. Oh, look, sir, here's more of us. I prophesied that if the gallows were on land, this fellow could not drown. Now, blasphemy that swears to its overboard. Hast thou no mouth by land? What is the news?
The best news is that we have safely found our king and company. The next our ship, which but 3 glasses since is tight in yard and bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
Ma'am, all this service have I done since I went?
My tricksy spirit.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say how came you thither?
If I did think, sir, I were well awake. I'll strive to tell you we were dead asleep, and how we know not. All clapped under hatches. Where, but even now, with strange and several noises of roaring, howling, shrieking, jingling chains, and more diversity of sounds, all horrible. We were awake straightway at liberty, and freshly beheld our royal good and gallant ship, our master capering to hide her on trice, so please you. Even in a dream, we were divided from them, and were brought homing hither.
Was it well done?
Bravely, my diligence, thou shalt be free.
This is as strange a maze as ever been trod. There is in this business more than nature was ever contemplated. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. At Pitt's leisure, which shall be shortly, single I'll resolve you of every these happy accidents, which to you shall seem probable. Till when, be cheerful, and think of each thing well. Come hither, spirit, set Caliban and his companions free, untie the stub. How fares my gracious sir? There are yet missing of your company, some few odd lads that you remember not.
These be true slides, which I put in my head. This is a goodly sight.
These be great spirits indeed, to have fine my master is.
my Lord Antonio. Will money bind him?
Mark but the badges of these men, my lords, and then say if they be true. This misshapen maid, his mother was a witch, and one so strong that could control the moon, make flows and ebbs, and deal in her command without her power. These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil has plotted with them to take my life. Two of these things you must know and own. This thing of darkness, acknowledge mine.
You shall be finished to death.
Is this not Stefano, my butler? Say how canst thou in this pickle?
I've been in such a pickle since I saw you last at.
Why, how now, Stefano?
Oh, touch me not. I am not Stefano, but a crayon.
You will be king of the Isle, Sirrah.
I should have been a sore one then.
Go, Sirrah, to myself. Take with you your companions, as we look to have my pardon trim it handsomely.
I'll be wise hereafter and seek for grace. What a thrice double fool was I to take this drunkard for God in order to this dull fool.
Go to, away.
Ensign, bestow your luggage where you found it.
Or stole it, rather.
Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell for this one night, which part of it I'll waste with such discourse as will make it go quick away. The story of my life, and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this island. And in the morn I'll escort you home to Naples, where I hope to see the nuptial of these our dear beloved solemnized. And thence retire me to Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave.
How long may the story be like, which must take thee as strangely?
I'll deliver all, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious that it shall catch your royal fleet far off. My aerial ship, that which I charge, into the elements be free, fare thou well. Please you, draw near.